Jonathan Schrager for Stretty News TV, and I'm joined by Manchester United right winger Andrei Kanchelskis from the years of 91 to 95. A fantastic player I grew up watching. Really glad that I could secure this interview, Andrei. Thanks for the time. First of all, we'll discuss a little bit about your new book, Russian Winters. First question. Russian winters can't be much worse than Mancunian winters, can they?
Yeah, just and I know, yes, Russian winters, because I'm from Russia, just from USSR, it's like this one, because it's name winters, just nice name for the Russian winters, Yeah. Just I'm very pleased, and this is my short book. Because it's my first book at Manchester United, especially for Manchester life and at club. Remember these great times at Manchester. Second in Russia, and this is third book. So English, just deep stories for my life from the start when I'm youngest and USSR, and after Russia and UK. And Italy, just more deep stories, like a lot of stories, and about my life in England, UK.
And the timing of the book, obviously, we know that the World Cup's coming to Russia next summer. What was the main motivation for putting it out now? Was it the timing? You just felt it was the right time to put something out?
It's not. That's not for the special for the World Cup. It's not problems, because it's of course World Cup is just very important for me as well, for the Russia as well, because it's big World Cup, and this is a cup and big motivation for everybody. Everybody wait for the World Cup in Russia, just because it's nice. It's just too many good teams come to Russia, too many good players come to everybody see, everybody wait for the World Cup. Just my book. It's not real special to the World Cup. Just take for this time.
Yeah,
it's no problem.
Absolutely, but I suppose with regards to the World Cup, just because it is coming up, do you feel proud, obviously, as a Russian, that Russia we're hosting the World Cup?
Yeah, I'm very proud. I'm very pleased. I wait again. I say it again. I wait. I'm looking forward. Some watches this World Cup in Russia. It's very pleased. Very welcome to the Russia, because it's so nice. We need some. Now it's a lot of criticized for the Russia, just sanction, just doping control, like this, too much speaking, bad things for the Russia. And this is not true, because it's we need some show. We show it's with World Cup because its organization is very good. It's new stadiums, a lot of new stadiums, not a lot of new hotels, and it's airports. This is nice. This is good for the Russia. Because everybody wait, because it's very important. Of course, important for the football, especially for the Russian football, for the kids. There's a lot of kids after the broken when the USSR broke. There's just some problems in the football, economical. Now it's much better. Now it's improving every year. There's just some people more life much better. And before, when 90s, just some problems. Now it's okay. Everything alright. Everybody. This is good for the everybody, for the country, for the kids, for the people, This is nice, because I'm very pleased and wait for this World Cup, in Russia.
And the BBC put out a documentary quite recently, maybe even last year, and I think the Russian Federation were quite annoyed and also critical, because really it focused on the negative side of football, the hooliganism, and they were saying, I've seen a documentary since saying that that's such a small fraction of football in Russia, that they shouldn't have focused solely on that, because people, obviously, it instills fear. What would your message be to fans who want to partake in the World Cup in Russia, that there are safety issues in place? And
Of course, safety, because it's I'm tell a lot of I know just a lot of questions about security, about organization. I'm tell for you this no hooligans, no, definitely there's no problem, there's no worry. It's coming because organization were excellent. And if you see now Cup Confederation, there's nobody, no problems. No one problem for the fans, no one problem for the racism, hooligans. No, it's no. It's this excellent organization. Just World Cup. It's no problem. I tell for everybody,
Yeah.
because it's we have some safe. No problem, just no racism, no hooligans, and just like in France, I know it's just a lot of sometimes and people and say it negative, negative just for the Russia, because I know this we go to England have chance in World Cup, this World Cup, and why some people say bad things about Russia, because England lost, Russia win, just some people say I say it, no problem. I'm very pleased come to the Moscow and Russia for everybody. Just no worry for about your life. Just alright, because it's some 100% I'm guarantee for security. This organization is good, very good, no problem.
Yeah. I can echo that from my experience at the Luzhniki Stadium in 2008, United Chelsea. I didn't see any problems, no problems. It was peaceful.
Yeah, just I tell you, these problems I understand when last in France when play in the Europe Championship, and just and problems for the fans between English and Russian, just and Russia is this more it's just no chance like in France, just some it's just these people for the some problems in, because it's different, different rules in Russia, just for the fans, and just no problem for the it's Russia. It's no problem now. It's just for the fans. It's no problem.
And yourself as well, personally, I mean, you're one of the most recognisable faces in the history of Russian football, really. I mean, you played for one of the biggest clubs in the world during the start of one of their most successful periods, or the most successful period. So I imagine you are one of the most recognisable faces, and that begs the question, you should be an ambassador surely for this World Cup. What's the problem there?
No, just it's just there's no problem for me. I'm ready. Just think so. Just no questions for me. Questions for the Federation football. Because it's I don't know why. No, I know it's just. It's strange, just some players and the older players who play in the USSR Olympics champions 1988, just play second in the Europe when and they lost against Holland, some successful players, all players. It's big names, Russia is no ambassador. It's strange, just because it's this management for the Russian Federation, these problems, just I don't know why. It's no questions for me. I'm ready.
The Russian Federation, get on the phone to this man. He's a big face. Okay, so I suppose we'll move on then, sort of to the Manchester United period. Obviously, our viewers here, they idolised you during that 3 or 4 year period. You were such a recognisable face, and you had such an exciting style of play. First question. You came from Donetsk, 650,000, I believe, in March '91. I alluded to it before with the weather. It can't have been a big culture shock, because other foreign players coming from warmer climates, you come to Manchester, it can't have been a big culture shock with the weather, could it?
Nah. No, it's just normal. Just it's okay. No, like in Russia. It's just because it's normal weather. I'm sometimes just some people say to me I miss for the rain, like in Manchester rain, No, it's alright. It's alright. It's weather okay. It's no problem. This not important for the life and weather. It's important for my start play very good. When I come to the Manchester, just things for the work for the club. Just this is important. The weather is okay, no important.
Do you remember when you first found out that United and Sir Alex Ferguson were interested in you? Do you remember that feeling? And what? Obviously, we were a bit of a sleeping giant at the time. We were on the cusp of being a mass, of achieving great things. But do you remember that feeling?
Yeah, it's feeling. It's a very very good feeling, because it's. I moved to the. From Donetsk, and moved to England because it's a different change, everything you change life, like in some new life, like in the new life, like in baby, because it's a different mentality, different everything different, it's just languages as well, food, everything different, just I need some teacher new life, starting teacher new life, this is I'm very very pleased, very happy because it's when come to Man United it's nice lads, nice group, and like in a big family, and the players, a lot of players try help me just for especially in the Brian Robson, Steve Bruce, it's just a lot of times meet with these guys, just with the families, with the wives, help for my wives, just especially in the club, Manchester, and she is Lynn, especially Lynn, how brilliant she's helped me, it's my family, and also in the coaches as well, because it's an excellent coach, and Brian Kidd, he's now in the coach in the Man City. He working together with Sir Alex Ferguson. Just excellent man. Everybody love him because he's nice personality, nice coach. And also in physio, Jim McGregor. Just it's excellent job. He's good man. Just always positive. Always. Good physio, just excellent physio, and for the players as well. Just if you take any names in the team, every name is big names, big player. If I'm very very lucky because play together with these players, just it's nice persons, just. Good 4 years for me. Just play at Man United, just a good atmosphere in the dressing room, and good fans, just nice time and play with Man United.
And did you? Because obviously you were the first Russian player to play for Manchester United. A distinction, I believe, still remains. I don't believe we've had a first-team Russian player since. So you are the only Russian player to play for United. You were the first and only. Was it a big deal in Russia at the time? Do you remember the Russian media thinking, "Wow, this, one of our players going to one of the biggest clubs in the world"? It's a big thing.
Yeah, just at this moment when I'm left from Donetsk to the Manchester, it's just USSR broken country, broken country. Yeah. Some too much problems inside in the country, just economical, from lot of problems for the people, just criminals, lot of criminals, just some lot of people no have job, some problems for the money, just no salaries, just like this. It's not too much interest for the football, people. Just government problems, just problems in every. Now, if you see, before one country, USSR, big country, just now 15 republic. Yeah. Different 15 republics: Ukraine, Belarus, Georgia, just like this one. And before is more have some system, good system, USSR idea and traditional, and one day it's broke, and there's some problems, now, of course, we start improving. Now there's more interest for sports, also for the ice hockey, football, especially football and ice hockey, because it's big country for the ice hockey in Russia, and for any sports, it's now improving. Now starting because more concentration, more people. And before, it's just when I'm left, it's not too much. Yes, so sometimes and some people say it in the press and television. Just when I moved to the Manchester United, because it's a lot of people say it. It is maybe always just. He's moved to the Manchester United. He's sitting always. A lot of people say it. For me, there's no chance play for Man United. Sit in the bench, Yeah, okay. And when I play, starting play for the first 11, okay, there's lot of people say it. There's more speak about me, and a lot of fans as well. Just look in Russia, especially Russia, looking for me when I play for Man United. I say it, if I'm seeing play for Russian player Man United, I'm now still big fan for United, because I'm play. Yeah, a lot of people are looking. It's just okay. It's just big fan. Now it's just in Russia, it's the biggest club, fan clubs, in Russia, biggest number one, and second Real Madrid, and third I think so it's Chelsea, like this one. It's Manchester United. Everybody love in Russia. And now more information now for the football, especially English football.
And when you arrived, it was a very a real period of transition for United. Like I sort of mentioned before, we were really on the verge of becoming very successful. You arrived the year, March '91. The following year, we got picked to the line by Leeds. In what proved a frustrating season. Was that? Do you remember when you arrived? Did it feel like there was a pressure on the club to end that league drought? Because it had been coming up to 26 years. Was it a pressure?
It's just, I remember, because it's my first game in this Crystal Palace. It's end of the season, just because it's since the last game I just play. A lot of players and. Preparation to the Cup Winners' Cup in Rotterdam. A lot of players no play. We play for some reserves team play, and I'm play. We play at Crystal Palace. It's unbelievable. This is my first game, and then it's just it's different football, different everything, the grounds, different fans, It's I never see any ball. It's just like this one. Oh, take for me ball, please. Yeah, we lost 3-0, And, oh no, this is very. It's strange for me because it's different. Everything different, I understand. It's just everybody and before in the English football, just long ball every time, long ball. It's just in the first game is unbelievable. I recognize this game. Anyway, I don't feel it's of course I feel it's good because I play for the big club, and everybody know this club, just especially for the history. If you look history in this club play, and there's a lot of good players: George Best, Dennis Lowe, Bobby Charlton, It's excellent players, This Man United, I recognize everybody because it's win 68 cup, It's just problem for the crash in Munich, It's coming, and especially when we first season very sad because we lost some champions Leeds, because I don't remember, just drop points against Luton away, against Liverpool away, just some Leeds win, just anyway, just I remember because it's when finish season dressing room, it's Ferguson come to the dressing room, say thank you very much for everybody. This is good season, thank you lads, and he said next season we definitely win champions.
Right.
Next season win?
Yeah.
Win Champions, win the title, you know. It's just also in the League Cup, you know, just 26 years no win. Okay, this is a big, massive day for everybody, for me, for fans, for families, you know. Just it's excellent.
So that was part of his end of season speech in the dressing room. Thank you. Next year we'll win.
Yeah.
So he really believed it. Did you, as players, having got so close, did you believe?
Yeah, just no. Yeah, I know because we have some great team, you know, great players. Also, in the next season we Cantona come to the Manchester, you know. It is Roy Keane, you know, it's excellent. More fresh players, and we play second season is no problem, just win, because it's we have some great atmosphere, and very important when in the atmosphere, good atmosphere, good lot, you know, just just have some great teams who is no play, you know. Sometimes who is no play, he sit in the bench always and blah 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 blah. But saying, you know, this coach not good like this one. No, he is when Manchester United when playing, no nothing, nobody say it like this one, you know. Just everybody take for the keep. Come on, help for the everybody help for each other. Just help for every place who is no play, you know, like in Brian Robson, he drop on a team, he is always in dressing room, he is always come on guys, come on, keep on, just you play for the Man United, big club, you know, big, this is massive, this is why good character Man United, because it's good atmosphere, great lads, you know, great players, especially just for the everybody knows this. You play for the Man United, you need some big heart, you know, because it's big club, you know. This is why in Man United top now, because it's big heart for everybody, you know, just big club.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask as well, before I ask you a couple of questions about the period at United, about the games and what have you. Obviously, it was a time in football where drinking was more accepted. You know, people in the 80s especially, there was a big drinking culture, especially at Manchester United. I imagine some of the players that remained, like the Robsons, and they had a reputation, they could have a drink. I always wanted to ask you, when they were celebrating trophies with a beer or champagne, the big stereotype we have here in England is Russian people drink vodka. Were you on the vodka orange in the celebration?
No. I'm not drinking vodka because it's, you know, it's England, no good vodka. No. Just if you want real good vodka, you must go to Russia, you know, because it's different, you know. Just because too many vodkas here in Polish, it's no great, you know. Some no quality. I'm never drink here vodka. Just only Russia. Just here, just nice beer, you know, beer nice and when we celebrate it, of course we drink champagne, you know, normally champagne and go beer, you know.
Yeah. So you never brought back from Russia sometimes some nice vodka to celebrate these moments?
No. Why buy some vodka and bring for England? Why? No. Just wine or beer or champagne, you know. And vodka too strong, you know. Just drinks. You need some vodka drink in the when season. It is very bad, you know, because it's very strong. You need some. And summertime, it's okay. When summertime, when holiday, alright, no problem. Sometimes and with good company drinks vodka. Like in whiskey as well. He's strong, you know. If you and. I'm just I come to England to prefer for drink beer, you know, because English beer is good, you know. I'm never drinking in Russia beer because it's not great, you know. No, some pubs, you know, like an Irish pubs in Russia, a lot of Irish pub and Czech Republic pubs, you know. This is sometimes in Germany, and Russian beer is not great.
Do you remember what your brand of beer was here? I believe that because it was the Carling Premiership for a long time. You liked a Carling?
No. No, I'm drinking beer in the pubs. Yeah.
Which do you remember the name? Maybe a
They,
Foster's or Carlsberg.
yes, Foster's. Yeah, it's Carlsberg, Foster's. It's just draft beer because it's if you come to the pub, always draft in a beer because it's nice. And there's some Heineken, just and as well.
Yeah.
It's just a nice beer, English beer. Uh, just yeah, what his names? I just don't remember because it's too many good beers.
That's a good sign. If you forgot the names, that means you'd had a good time. And a question about Russian vodka. If there's any people watching that will be going to Russia this summer, is there a brand of vodka that is the for you is that they should try if they're there?
In Russia, is of course you need some buy quality vodka. There's a lot of quality vodka in Russia. Just ask no buy to the sometimes no buy to vodka in the small shoppings. Never buy because it's sometimes dangerous.
Okay.
It's better you go to big supermarket like in the Mark Spencer or like in Tesco. Like in the White Rose. It's biggest market. This is better for any Russian vodka is good. At small shopping, it's better no buy. Better dangerous.
Okay. Yep. And then during your time at United, back in those days, football seemed more simple. 4-4-2. Nowadays, 3-5-2, 3-4, whatever, all different numbers.
Yeah.
When you went to Old Trafford during the 80s and 90s, you knew it was going to be 4-4-2. And you, during your few-year period, you generally were playing in front of Paul Parker.
Yeah.
It was a relationship you built. Can you tell us about that relationship? Was it something you enjoyed knowing you had that partnership on the right-hand side?
Yeah, but I'm come to Man United play for 4-2. And before they play in Russia as well for the Dynamo Kiev, Lobanovsky, a great coach and a big name, he's play same system as Man United. And they play 4-4-2 for the wingers. He likened for the wingers, like in Ferguson, like in the wingers, It's myself and Ryan Giggsy, Lee Sharp, It's maybe more easy for me come to the Man United play for two. It's the same system, just crosses, good services for the forward, for the attacking play, and not too much different, when I play Dynamo Kiev, same system, and Man United play more attacking, more passion, just good midfielders, two good midfielders in the middle, two good defensive and best goalkeeper in the world, Schmeichel, it's for we play. I'm very enjoyed. I remember these games. Every team scary, because before the game, just panic, just come to Old Trafford. This, the big fans, big stadium, nice people, and we play excellent football, Just some teams. We kill for some teams like in the Man City, like in the Ipswich 9-0, Man City 5-0, just too many great games, Just.
Yeah, and I suppose as well what I was driving at with the question was because nowadays there isn't I mean, I know they play different systems, but it was so nice when you had those sort of tandems. For example, yourself, Paul Parker in behind.
Yeah.
Then after you, there was Neville and Beckham on the right. You had Giggs and Irwin. Nowadays, we lack that a little bit. Did you? Was that a relationship that you worked a lot on the training ground as well, yourself and Paul? So he would overlap sometimes.
Yes, I know. It's just Paul Parker, great player, great defender. He played national team for England. So it's very quick, It's quickly guy, just not too tall, just small. No, it's just for the play aggressive, It's I'm very comfortable play with him, because he is. I know it's. I am understanding again for me, Paul Parker. It's just no problem because he's a great defender, Just yeah.
And
He helped me because it's he worked hard for the defensive and take for me passes with for the play for more attacking play. He's helped me a lot of because anyway we have some if you have some good defensive it's more easy play these tactics for two. Just Now it's no wingers. Any word, not only in Man United, any word, no wingers. Only now it's just similar play in Man City, just little bit try wingers play, because it's have some wingers. And also by Munich now I start to play for the wingers, just only to similar like in before when 1993, 92 we play for the wingers, Just now it's no great any team in the world, no great for the wingers, just not like before, because before there's too many wingers, I know it's different tactics now, different system play, maybe 3 in the back play and the 5 midfielder like this one, really 4-3-3, like in 3-4-3, there's too many things, there's so many different system, and before 4-4-2, maybe everybody play this system. Every team have some good wingers, and England, especially England, because it's now it's a little bit different, different football.
And so obviously, you 93, 94, you win the double. Amazing season, like I've mentioned to you off camera before. Certainly my favourite ever United side. You could pick the 11. I can still reel the names off now. 94, 95. You're voted Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year at United, and unfortunately you get injured just before the end of the season. I believe it was a hernia, and United unfortunately sort of lose the title to Blackburn, and then of course the FA Cup final to Everton. You were so influential that season. I mean, I believe you scored 15 goals, 14, but maybe one in another competition.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was 14 in the league.
Yeah, 14 in the league. Yeah.
But one in maybe the cup. I can't remember.
No, total 14. Yeah, can't remember. Yeah, 14 goals. I just remember this time. Very bad injuries. Just.
Was it frustrating though that you couldn't be, because we got beat back, right at the end of the season, it kind of went wrong. Do you feel like you were on such great form then? You could have helped push us towards.
Yeah, we have great form. Just. I know this season is bad for me, bad for Andrei Cantona. He's suspended. Just bad for but for all team. Because he's lost at Wembley at Everton. Final and lost championship. It's this is bad time. Sometimes this what's happening in the football. Sometimes. No, every time good time, Just sometimes bad time, Just like I know it's still great players, Some play in the team, Just a little bit unlucky,
Yeah, absolutely. And you kind of referenced him there, Eric, and obviously the big incident at Selhurst Park. It was well rumoured anyway, well publicised that Eric was one of the players that Sir Alex gave special. Shall we say, leeway and exceptions for. Did you, at the time as a player, did you agree with the way Sir Alex handled Eric because he was a bit of an enigma, or was there an annoyance among fellow players that he got this, he got the special treatment? Or did you realise how influential he was and you understood?
He is Alex Ferguson. He helped for the Eric Cantona. He always, because Eric he come from the Leeds. He is not to, of course, he's this period not to very well speak English as well, like in me. It's always, and he is not too special for the him, because he try help for him and for me as well. Just so too much speaking with us, with Eric, for me as well, because it's. Eric, he is this is different player, because he is come from France. Not too many foreigners players this period come to the in England, because it's every what I'm saying. It's just everybody say to play for the long ball. It's just no, it's, Eric, especially Eric, he is more play for the technical, the French, just good vision, clever play, Just Eric, Alex Ferguson help him, and just some people say he is. Love him. He's always special. No, it's not. It's not right. It's same player, same like in everybody, because it's. If you see when Eric left and this position play Paul Scholes, because it's Alex helped him as well, because he's an excellent player, and it's. He is helpful everybody, maybe sometimes more, maybe too much for Eric, too much speak with him, too much help him, Just some people say, oh, he is love him, he is always there like an Eric, Just now, he little bit more spoke with him,
Yeah. Was there any stories that stood out of the kind of, when maybe Eric was given a bit more leeway? People used to say, for example, you had to turn up in the suit to go for away games, the official suit. Eric maybe turn up in a yellow jumper, and he's okay. He's okay, Eric.
No.
You don't remember this kind of thing?
No, it's one thing. So just remember when he going to press conference in the jeans, yes, in the jeans, okay. And in the away games, everybody in a suit for the Manchester United. So I'm no remember, because it's he always same everybody, because it's not possible.
And one thing that I always found interesting, it was suggested at the time that Ryan Giggs was, there was yourself and Ryan on both sides, and you were both lightning fast. I believe Ryan held the record over 100 metres. That's what people said at the cliff at the time. Was he faster than you over 100 metres?
Who? Ryan?
Giggsy?
I don't know.
You never had a race, you two?
No race, just it's no. He is faster. No. I'm for the just 100 meters, just
11 seconds.
11 seconds. Yeah, 11 seconds. Yeah, I don't know how much on the Giggsy.
Yeah.
No races, because one time when it's in England every season some quickest players come to races for in Wembley, I think so. Yeah.
It was the League Cup, wasn't it? Back in the day, they used to do the side of the pitch.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, because it's.
They never asked you?
No, Ferguson. No, he said no for you. Okay. This is like just.
He didn't want you. He didn't want you to do it.
No. Say it for some people. Say it for me. Go to come to the race, and Ferguson said no. This is unbelievable.
He maybe not want you to get injured. You pull a hamstring.
Yeah. No. Yes, I remember this one time, and after we race for the players, just I don't know who is quickest, me and Giggsy. Anyway, he is quick man. Just.
And I was going to say about the European, because United, obviously, with winning the league, we get back into Europe again. But at the time, there was I believe it was the 3 foreigner rule, where you could only play 3, and it was a real shame at the time. United fans felt with that team, we could have really excelled in Europe. Was it a frustration for you as well? Because it probably meant, I remember at the time, you wouldn't have been able to play every game.
It's very bad rules, just for if with no rules, we definitely win league champions, definitely. Yeah, because it's Barcelona at home. It's great games, just play in the for Galatasaray, just a lot of good games. And this is the terrible rules, just if it's no possible for hard decision for the Ferguson, it's hard decision who is play, who is no play, just some too many reserves players play for the league champions. It's just league champions high level, It's some two youngest players, this one English player come into the play. It's a difficult time. This is problems why we play so no good in Europe. If everybody play, we definitely win. Definitely this team.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted to ask now about sort of moving towards the latter stages, obviously at United. When you left the club, it was, I mean, the first question I'll ask is this: you left alongside Mark Hughes and Paul Ince, and it was a big, at the time at United, three massive characters in that team. The fans were worried. You obviously at the training ground would have known that the class of '92, you'd have seen the young boys coming through. But United fans were still very worried, especially the first game of the following season, Aston Villa, Alan Hansen, you don't win anything with kids, it's very famous. United fans thought, well, maybe as Sir Alex done the right thing to sell three big players in the same summer. Did you know from the training ground how good this young group coming through was? Did you know that ultimately they could come in and be successful?
Yeah, this is excellent work for the young players. For the school. Manchester United is good results, final results, because it's too many good players. And Beckham, Neville's, Gary Neville's, and Phil Neville, and just Bats, Scholes, of course, Scholes. Yeah, just it's a good group, very good group, young players. Just excellent. It's unbelievable. For the teams come to the young players. A lot of young players come to the first 11. It's sometimes in some clubs only one young players a season. Just two. Just in a big group. It's absolutely brilliant results. Also, it's Ferguson. It's no scary. Take for the good chance and help for the team, because it's it's young players, old players like it's Cantona, Roy Keane, it's just and Steve Bruce, and Andy Cole, he goal scorer, this is great results. I'm not too many teams like this one take for the put in a team 4-5 young players. It's unbelievable, great results. It's absolutely brilliant,
And I mean, when you left, did you? I suppose there's a couple of questions that come to mind, but I suppose your exit first. We'll talk about your exit. It was a surprise, I think, to United fans. You'd had your best season at the club. You were flying, and it was shrouded in a bit of mystery. People didn't understand, why is Andrei leaving? No one wanted you to leave, really. The fans loved you. Can you explain from your perspective why you left? Why did you leave United on the best form?
Just long story, I tell for my book true story why I'm left from Man United. Some papers, some people tell for the silly stories. It's a terrible story about just in the play casino, a lot of money lost and gambling. If we pay for the mafia, I need to pay for the mafia. It's just unbelievable, and This is terrible, I tell for the true story, deep story for the way I'm left, this long story if you speak about now. And if you read it in my book, tell for the fans looking for the true story, what's happened.
Yeah, and because like you say, silly stories, rumours, what it's like with football fans. Now it's even worse with the internet, because we have forums and we have online media, social media. At the time, there was, rumours that you'd fallen out with Sir Alex earlier this season. People were saying you'd had an argument with Paul Ince in the cup final at half time, even though you weren't playing in the cup final because of your injury. So people saying, and people saying there was an argument with Paul Ince at half time. Different rumours, because people didn't understand why you left, but. Obviously, you clear everything up in here.
Yes, and my book clear. It's just 100% clear. It's just not like Just this in my book and true story. True story. They definitely. I tell no, not
No rumours.
no rooms. No, just clear story. It's
And can I ask about your relationship then with Sir Alex? When you left, obviously he did a couple of interviews. He was visibly maybe upset that you'd left. He had his version of the story. Are you on okay terms now? Have you ever spoken to him since?
we spoken was last year. Come to Old Trafford and spoke with him. He take for tickets for me, my son. Just we speak with the meeting with room. Just keep in touch. There's no problem when he come to the Moscow, especially in the final. Yeah, I'm going to hotel. Take for him a little bit gift. Caviar, black caviar. Yes, he like it caviar. Just. So still, when I saw him, just speaking, no problem, I'm very pleased because it's this in the past, just I maybe mistake, just some okay if you go to some past maybe just mistake and this but rule, maybe and move anyway. I moved to the not a great club, just Everton because good history, just if you see Everton because it's of course not the biggest Man United club, but anyways it's good club, good history road, It's and also it's just and good for me move to the Italy, so to change life, change everything, different football style. It's good for me now because I'm now coaching, just looking for a different training session, different style, just also I'm very lucky because I'm playing in the UK to the biggest club, Man United, Everton, and Glasgow Rangers.
Yeah.
This is good, especially for me. I'm every derby I score goals.
Yes,
Man City, Liverpool, and Celtic.
I believe the only man to do it as well. Still the only man. When you left United, well, first of all, I'm glad. You say you cleared up. Everything's good with Sir Alex. That's good. Before I ask you about when you left United, there was rumours at the time you may go to Liverpool. Obviously, that would have hurt even more United fans. Was that ever near? Because you ended up going to obviously their neighbours, Everton. Was there a chance at the time you would have gone to Liverpool? Was that a possibility?
Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah, Liverpool Football Club.
No, not really. Some people say it at moment for the interest for me, definitely Middlesbrough because Brian Robson and his coach, and play together. He's excellent man. Just he's very interesting for me. Also, Arsenal. I know just 100%. No, it's Arsenal, no chance because it's Man United sale for me. For Ferguson said no Arsenal because Arsenal is big, massive club as well. This is Man United, Arsenal, probably just fighting, And at Liverpool, I don't know. This some. Maybe just on speaking, and Everton as well because it's Everton. Of course, I think so. If there's no chance for the Liverpool because Man United, Liverpool is fighting. This is completely no chance. Yeah.
Thank you for that. And then, obviously, you go to Everton. One question I wanted to ask you about your time at Everton. Obviously, Big Duncan Ferguson was a player you played with, and he was, he was known to be a big character. And obviously, you play with Cantona at Manchester United. Out of the two, who was the biggest character?
It's just great. Look, Ferguson is great, player. He's good header play. Yeah. He's some strong, like Eric as well because it's too many goals. everybody, here Eric and hero in Man United, and Duncan at Everton heroes, because it's fans love him. He is uh, just he's like in the killer defensive, like in Mark Hughes and Man United. He's unbelievable. He's everybody defensive. I think so scary. Mark Hughes, and different players, different football players. It's Duncan and Cantona, because Duncan he is typical in the British football. He's Eric Cantona is from France. In more different style, different play, different position as well in the ground. Just similar good character. So strong character. Just like I'm very glad. I'm liking play this at Cantona as well, and Duncan Ferguson.
Absolutely, and just a couple more now. Really appreciate the time. I suppose I wanted to end on Manchester United, kind of in the here and now. Obviously, we're with Jose Mourinho. Firstly, just your general impressions of United now under Mourinho. Do you think he is the right man to bring us back to where we are? People complain sometimes about the style. You played in a very attacking team. How do you perceive this Manchester United?
Yeah, just I know, just. I think so. Is this season very important for the Mourinho? And last season win two cups, win League Europe and League Cup. Just it's not bad results. Just first season, I know Mourinho came in is difficult first season. Second season very important for everybody, for the players, for the coaches, and. See what happened at the end of the season, because sometimes I'm watching a game and some games just play very well, like against Newcastle. Because I'm looking for a very place this game, good results and play more attacking. Some guys play more defensive. Mourinho is just tactics and he more playing defensive. It's not too many scores. No wingers as well, because he play inside, players. Yeah. I know it's just every fans recognize when Ferguson coach we play for the wingers, just for and if this season good results for Mourinho, fans happy. Yeah. Just because it's very important for the need some. For win titles again, some again start dominated in the British football, and because it's the club in Man City, just play very well, Just see we looking forward to 10 December, big derby needs Man United need win because it's 8 points too much, I'm so yesterday for the Man City, just Huddersfield. Is away. It's a little bit Huddersfield unlucky, just Man City lucky. Anyway, just need some win, definitely win 2 times against Man City. Beat Man City 2 times. If beaten, it's okay. Good chance to win titles. If lost, I think so. Finish season. Anyway, just have some two good and Champions League and. Premier League, need some one trophy need to win, or league champions, or win title. End of the season, I've said for you, it's good choice or no good choice for still good coach Mourinho.
And you personally, though, I mean, you played in such an exciting team. Nowadays, it's maybe not as realistic to expect that kind of football. Not many teams set up more strategically now. Do you think that era of expansive 4-4-2 and is that a thing of the past? Not a lot of teams go with that.
Yeah, a lot of teams. I know. It's just what I'm saying, because not too many wingers in the world. It's not, especially Man United. Man United, yes. I think so. For me, it's just. For me, this system is good.
Yeah.
Because if you have some Man United have some great goalkeeper. Yeah, of course. I need some two defensive. If you have some two great defensive like in Pallister and Bruce, and excellent midfielders in the middle, Roy Keane, Paul Ince. It's unbelievable. You know, you have some also in striker, Mark Hughes and Cantona. It's yeah. Just it's like in the it's. Like a straight line, like in a fish, in a fish.
Yeah,
it's just a goalkeeper, defensive, midfielder, attacking player. And then after, go to some, this is myself and right, and Giggsy left, and Shapi. This is something like in a fish. If you have this team, like these players, must definitely play 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Definitely, because it's sometimes I'm liking 4-4-2 because I'm coaching. I'm saying always 4-4-2 play system. Yeah.
This is always the way you play now as manager and coach.
Yes. Depends. I'm trying to play. If depends what the players, what style of players, and I play definitely 4-4-2 because it's more. I'm like this system.
Yeah.
Because if you have some good quality players, stronger players, like because it's if you see in a Peter, big name, big goalkeeper, just Brucey, his tackle, it's just passions. He's like in the he broken nose, 5-6 times, He's no. If you look at now defensive, it's just unbelievable. It's just. It's an attacking play. Take for the shooting. Everybody defensive like this one. No possible. Steve Bruce like this one. Come on, it's just excellent, and so brilliant, And Paul Ince and Roy Keane is just so any midfielder. No, this midfielder area is just nobody. No, because every tackle win. Every tackle for the Ince and Roy Keane, just fucking so strong, just unbelievable. And Mark Hughes as well, he's keeping the ball, he's stronger, some killer for the defensive, Every defensive scary for Mark Hughes, It's absolutely massive, it's good. And if you have some these players like this one, definitely play 4-4-2, definitely, just for the wingers. Also, and now it's just I don't understand more different. Sometimes I'm very happy looking for the Man United one player. Sometimes it's a little bit boring, Just more. Now it's more. I understand now because it's everybody wait for the results. The results is good because it's fans hungry, hungry as well because no titles. And lose position because it's before when Ferguson working, just always dominated on the first, second, like this one, and now a little bit some coaches a little bit scary because need some results, Scary for more pressure for the fans and the television, the papers, the pressure for the teams, for the players, for the coach as well. Also, what I'm saying see what happened at the end of the season because it's just for the see what's happened. How's Mourinho working? Is this good or no good? Because need some time, some see, especially for the also winter times, and this period and Christmas, New Year, and in too many games coming, FA Cup, League Champions, Premier League, League Cup, and national teams. There's a lot of players, especially Man United, a lot of players playing for national teams as well. In this period, if no draw points in December, January, I think so, half February, if no draw points, beating Man City is a good chance to win title.
Yeah, I hope so. It's a positive thought. When you name those players before in that team you played in, I dream that team was the best for me, the best. When you talk about 4-4-2, I hope United come to you for a manager in the future. You play 4-4-2, I'll be happy. I wanted to ask finally, if we sat here in 3 years' time. I ask you, will Mourinho still be manager of Manchester United? That's a hard one. In 3 years' time, if you and I were sitting here, do you think Jose Mourinho is still manager of Manchester United? And do you think Manchester United have won the league in the next 2 or 3 years? It's difficult to say.
Difficult, yeah. It's just difficult because it's at moment it's Man City now is a little bit. It's big change, when I'm playing against Man City. Now it's Man City demonstration good football at the top in league, and difficult say this. Anyway, need some. I'm saying it again. Need win against Man City double, two times, win beat them because it's 8 points too much now at moment, too much.
Yeah.
And need some. For the Mourinho, I don't know. This is no. It's difficult. It's hard, It's difficult, Say that. So anyway, still, I'm just. I understand. I'm still in the supporters in Man United, still and my heart in Man United. Just some, especially people, and when play in the Man United play against Russian teams, there's always journalists ask me who is supporters. I say, of course, Man United. Some people angry, no patriotic, no patriotic. Fucking stupid, because I'm playing Man United. I never play in CSKA Moscow, never play in Rostov, There's some stupid journalist, just some difficult, don't understand, It's only. Just think I'm patriotic. I'm for the Russians teams. Now I'm supporter for the Russian team when I play. Yeah. I'm supporters for the team abroad in Glasgow Rangers, Everton, and Man United. And this Fiorentina as well. I'm not a supporter for Milan and Juventus and Liverpool. It's just some silly, stupid questions. Supporters. Anyways, this is good because it's supporters. I wait now, looking forward, looking for the derby. Maybe I'm going to any pub. In Moscow, in France, with fans, it's always in the fans call me. Take for the please come to the watching the game together. Some things.
Like a Russian,
supporters club. Oh, lot of. It's good atmosphere, like in stadium songs. Just come on, you Reds, like this, and so nice. Yeah, just some love and a lot of Russian.
I bet you don't have to buy many drinks when you're at the pub with the supporters club. I don't think you buy a drink.
No, just it's okay. Just not especially for the good atmosphere, just because it's watching football, like when everybody concentration, every moment. Come on. Just it's nice. I'm liking this watching together with fans, just football.
And we had during Sir Alex's reign, we had some amazing right-sided midfielders, right wingers. You call, yourself. Then there was a very different in David Beckham. He was more maybe technical, crossing. You were exciting, direct. Cristiano Ronaldo comes after Beckham. Who makes the Sir Alex all-time United 11? Because that's a hard choice. Yourself, Beckham, Ronaldo. Fans always maybe discussing this. Who plays there? Difficult, eh?
No, difficult because it's it's for me. I think so. I think the David Beckham, for me. That's because he play long period. He is play national teams. He's good passing. Good vision, great balls, It's I think so. It's for the David, number one. Yeah. I'm substitution.
And finally, were you in Moscow then for 2008? You say, of course, you were there. Were you at the game? And you were at the game?
Yeah. Of course, I'm been because it's Sir Alex Ferguson take for tickets for me in the game.
So Sir Alex sorted, and you went to the after party. Did you go to the party in the hotel?
Yeah, no. I'm wait because is this team come to the late. I think so. 2 o'clock or so, 3 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to back to home because next day I'm flying or just a training session for the team, my team. Right. I'm no party, no party with team. Yeah, just tea, drink tea. Yeah. I've been in the stadium. Remember this? It's when Man United winning for the penalties. It's great for. Anyway, this Kidman, he's a nice guy in Man United. He before the game told me, yeah, it's no problem. We won. We beat him, Chelsea. When Ronaldo missed penalty, a little bit dangerous, scary. And after it's okay, it's good results. It's win titles, win league champions. It's unbelievable. It's good. Great. It's I remember because it's too many. When I come to the hotel, and some players I'm played together, Gary Neville and Scholes and Giggsy, and this nice lads, remember, recognize. Ferguson, just and great.
And literally, just last one. What was I going to say then? United, in the summer it was Ivan Perisic, was a player that Mourinho wanted to bring in, and you talk about not many wingers nowadays. Perisic kind of is a more traditional winger, and we wanted him on the left. Is that a kind of player you would like to see at Old Trafford? Bring back a little bit of the past, traditional wingers. And is there a right-hand sided player in world football who you think would be suitable for United?
Yeah, well, very glad to see if Man United start now play for the 4-4-2 and wingers. I say it again, not too many good wingers now at the moment. Any world, every team. Maybe why Jose playing for the more inside players, because it's no possible for Mkhitaryan playing wingers. It's not possible because he's or inside or in the middle play. Because it's need some, of course.
Is there any you can think of, a right-sided player that you look at and think he excites me, a right winger? Yeah. Is there anyone you think of?
It's not too much, not too many. No, really, no.
Perisic on the left, do you think he's nice?
Perisic, yeah, maybe he's okay. Maybe try. Of course, we now talking about this system. Mourinho play a different system.
Yeah.
He never play in Chelsea wingers. He never play in at Inter. No play when he coach Inter. No play for the wingers, and it's because it's completely different system play.
Yeah. And finally, on the book, is there a story? Because obviously it's been out now a small while. Have people come up to you? Is there one story that people in the book say, tell me more about this, or I like this story? Is there one that people come up to you and say, oh, I like that story?
Who is reading the book, yeah? Yeah, just some people say it when I come to the in England, just for my book, some people ask me, "Oh, Andrei, this is nice book, very good, good stories." I'm saying, okay, thank you very much. I'm very pleased because it's I'm tell for my deep life, for my excellent time with Manchester, Everton, Glasgow Rangers as well. It's just people say yes, good stories.
Is there one story in particular people say, "Oh, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe he did that"?
No, just pick not a special story. Some people say it is a good book, good stories, not to one good particular. Just lot of I take for a lot of good things, good stories. Very some bad stories, just because this is in life, you know.
And we'll end on this. You became a bit of an icon at Manchester United. You know, obviously the circumstances surrounding your departure was very, very quick, and fans were upset because we grew to love you. You remember that we used to sing the song about you? You remember your song?
Yes, I remember. I remember, of course, it's Andrei Kanchelskis.
Yeah, and
it's nice. Yeah, people. I remember. Yeah.
Whenever you're in Manchester now, or even around, people as a fan ever come up to you in Manchester still singing your song, or?
Yeah, just yes, we go to some a lot of time lot of fans as well when see for me just recognize this. Oh, that is a good song, Andrei Kanchelskis, so like this one. Yeah, it's nice. This is good. I'm so very pleased, and back to it's back to UK, you know, especially go to some Manchester and Liverpool, and see my friends, and see this is last time I'm last, I think so. What's last week I may go to. I've been in my Manchester TV, just looking for the Old Trafford. What's work, you know? Just recognize, remember, this nice. Now big change, you know. When I come to the Old Trafford, 40,000, you know. Now it's just so massive, so big, you know. It's nice. It's nice ground, you know. And when I come into the Old Trafford, not a great ground.
No, a lot of work around then as well.
Yeah, it's so like billiard, you know. Just unbelievable, just so nice. Remember, just great time.
Andrei, I can't thank you enough for the time. We're actually going to give away a signed book. This is I'm yet to read it myself, but I am very excited to read about Andrei's time at United. So obviously, Russian Winters by the man to my right here, Mr. Kanchelskis. Andrei, it's been an absolute pleasure, and again, I can't thank you enough for the time. You're in my favourite ever United team, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.